No, she says she's not sure.
Okay. So one thing Conrad will kind of say is, but I've seen you use magic in combat a lot, and you don't really seem struggle like you are right now. Anyway, that's accurate, right? Out of character.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Oh.
I mean, never seen her hurt herself.
Yeah. So I'll say about that statement.
You
Then.
have seen her hurt other people, though.
Yes.
Whether they be friend or foe.
Kyra makes her think it's just a fluke, so she tries a third time.
Okay, this time give me an endurance check. Okay. You do feel the pinch and the burn, but you kind of shake it off a little bit. You don't even really flinch. Conrad doesn't even notice it, but it just fizzles.
And that just says,
I just walk over and use.
What were you gonna say, Sin?
Sin walks over and uses prestidigitation on the kindling and stuff to create a fire.
Nat, right as you're trying to struggle, you hear a little pitter patter of gnome feet walk up to the fire, and he kind of waves his hand and does a little incantation, and fire begins to spread on the campsite that you set up. Feeling a little disappointed, your moment taken away.
He does a pouty face.
I just walk away.
She tried to do a pouty face, but she's just staring at this fire at this point.
Sin, what is your relation right now to the hermit?
Huh?
Where are you walking to?
To like where I'm set up with my bedroll and everything.
So, just for shits and giggles, going clockwise, noon and midnight is where Daylock is. 1 o'clock is about where the hermit is set up. 11 o'clock is where Daemissaries is set up. Where's your bedroll set up?
2 o'clock.
Okay. Then you notice that your familiar is acting a little weird, a little skittish.
I talk to it and say, what's going on?
And it's like kind of hiding behind your neck and head, looking towards the hermit, and he just like for the first time in a while you see like almost a clarity to your little familiar. Like there's not a back and forth. And he seems very focused and unified, and that man scares us.
Oh, what was that?
That man scares us.
Huh. I say to the lawyer, why is that?
We don't know.
Okay. I continue to my bedroll. I pack it up and move towards the about 5 o'clock.
Okay. Awkwardly pack up your stuff and just kind of like shove it over towards a different part.
Yep.
Okay, what is everyone else doing?
Queens will set his tent up at 6 o'clock.
Conrad will put his at 7, and actually, he kind of had a concerned look just to say that, like at that whole fire debacle. But anyway, he's setting up his camp.
Okay. Matt, what are you doing?
Staring at the fire.
Okay. Base.
Are there any elevated points?
I mean, you guys are kind of on the elevated point.
We have the high ground.
Yeah, I mean, To one side, you guys have like the cliff sides, like a good 10, 15 feet off, and the other side just open plains. There's a few trees here and there, but they're kind of off in the distance.
And probably just set up the camp close to Nat and
Your stuff is cutting out now. Wondering if we went to the opposite side of removing the breathing to just removing you. Can you just drop down your sensitivity just a hair?
okay.
But you said in between Nat and Conrad?
Just close.
Okay. Well, at this point, Nat hasn't set up her bedroll or anything. She just kind of set up a campfire and is just sitting there staring at it.
Then just like to the right of Conrad.
Okay. Not a problem. So Cletus, you said you were taking the first watch?
Yes, I did.
Anyone volunteering for the second?
That's what Conrad said he'd do.
Okay. Demosaries will volunteer for the third. As you guys are starting to, nestle in, I suppose you guys eat dinner as well?
Yes.
Go ahead and mark off your water skin and a ration.
Yeah.
That's to everyone. And as you guys are eating your rations and, dwindling down for the evening, the hermit looks towards the group and he, says, I do trust that I'm in good care, but, as I've traveled a lot in the world, I will take a few moments to set up a protection for myself, if you guys do not mind.
None at all, Conrad will say.
She doesn't even look at him. She just
Sounds
says,
good.
"Go ahead."
Okay, you were gonna say something, Cletus, it sounded like?
Just saying that sounds good.
He smiles. You guys see him just start sketching some like runes around his bedroll, just right in the dirt. And he makes a circle all the way around him.
Can I do an Arcana to see what exactly he's doing?
Of course. You're not quite sure what language it's rooted in. But it does show a lot of just simple protection, arcane stuff. Nothing too crazy, just you can't really tell the scale of it, but it's just a protection ward, basically. And as he finishes, he just kind of sits there and he goes, I travel a lot, so I've had some nasty encounters over the years. And he just kind of sits there staring at the group.
Conrad nods, like, okay, like, is it an understanding?
And he just kind of looks at the group, just kind of one at a time. He's like, anytime you're out traveling, you're always with people who are looking for something.
We're all here for a reason.
Of course, and I find that the reason is usually what makes the person and what type of traveler they are.
Pretty fair.
I'm still staring at the
He's
fire.
kinda he just kind of stares at the group, just one at a time, and he's like, I've always wondered what that is in people, because knowing that always gives great insight into someone.
By the way, Conrad's actually being intentionally quiet this mic, just to let you guys know that.
And he looks towards Demosaries, and he's like you, what are you looking for? Why are you out here? And Demosaries looks at him, and he's like, oh, well, I'm just trying to become an adventurer, spread the word of Cord, and, earn a name for myself and my temple. And he's like, oh, so you're an adventurer? And he's like, Daemosaurus is like, yes. Like, so that means you're really looking for something. What are you looking for? Daemosaurus kind of stares at him, taking him back a little bit, and kind of goes quiet for a little bit. And he just stares back at him, and he's like, I want respect. And you know, the hermit smiles. He's like, that's a fair goal. And Daemosaurus kind of smiles at that and kind of nuzzles in a little bit more to his bedroll. And he looks towards Daylock, and he's like, you young man, what are you looking for? And Daylock sits there, and he's like, well, I was going to say I wanted to be an adventurer, but just looking over at Daemosaurus, and he kind of looks down back at the ground, and he's like, I don't know. And he's like, so you're looking for something to fill that hole? And Daylock kind of like looks down, and he's like, I guess so. But, well, don't worry, young man. The answer will come to you in time. And after speaking with Daylock, he looks towards the rest of the group. He says, everyone's looking for something. And he looks towards Conrad. He says, whether it be acceptance. And he looks towards Cletus, says, or whether it's you're running away from something. And he looks towards Nat, says, whatever it may be, you know, a traveler, adventurer, the same. You're all looking for something. And he just kind of sits there smiling.
Conrad's kind of like a pensive stare to him, like, you know, he's just kind of like he's thinking about something. And then he realizes that I assume Nat has just been staring at this fire this entire
Yep.
time, right?
Basically.
He'll walk over to her and kind of tap her on the shoulder again, like, do you need help getting ready for bed?
She realized she's been, you know, staring at the fire a lot, and she says, she smiles at that, and she says, I got it. And she gets up and
Okay, well, take care then, Connor will say, and then he'll do his own bedroll.
you too. She starts making her tent at 8. I know some people were giving numbers, so I was just saying 8. Is anyone at 8?
No.
Okay, she'll be there then.
Okay. You make your little campsite and you nestle in for the night. You got the rest of you guys, unless you have any plans besides going to sleep, you guys find yourself tired.
I had plans for Conrad's watch, but that's another thing, though.
Okay. Well, as the night progresses, eventually Daylock falls asleep. The hermit lays down. Daemosaurus, you know, passed out right after the conversation with the hermit. Nat, what are you doing?
Getting situated.
Okay, well, you've been situated.
Okay, I am situated. I guess I'll try and get some sleep.
Okay, you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Sin, what are you up to?
I walk off as though I'm to go use the bathroom.
Okay.
And when I'm a pretty decent distance away from I whisper I say into the earring that my familiar doesn't seem to like the guy.
Okay, you all hear this. You hear Daylock scoff.
Yeah, so because we're like right in front of him. Conrad, like, I guess stealth check?
Yep.
Yeah, so
At this point, the old man has laid down.
all right, well, I want stealth check just in case,
Yeah.
just because. and he'll say, like whisper, like, "What do you mean?" In the ear.
Here I say, or earring, I say that my familiar seems fearful of the guy. It's been a while since that happened, so yeah.
Actually, your familiar has never been scared of anyone.
Oh,
It's just you've never seen it focused like that for a while.
seemed focused and scared. I mean, I've never seen him before.
Cletus will just cough once in agreement.
Also, the guy just seems creepy.
What are the birds doing that are usually right?
Two of them are just kind of perched up along the bedside. A bird sleep.
Sitting down.
Sometimes they sit down, kind of nestled in an area. Some of they will sleep, kind of standing up. They're kind of doing a mixture of that. You can see 4 of them right now.
Are there any a little bit away from the guy?
Oh, what was that?
Are there any of the birds that are a little bit away from the guy?
Give me a perception check. Okay, just on the rim of the barely visible line of the campfire light, you do see one of the birds that is just kind of off by itself, a 5th one. You're assume it must be with this group because considering they kind of like the same type of bird.
We'll fly over to that one and
Okay.
there's something in my ration that would like to eat.
Bird just kind of stares at you.
How are you doing?
Kind of stares at you.
I offer it some. I have my rations.
As soon as you offer your hand out, it flies away, and it makes its way back over towards the old man.
These birds are weird as well. Ring.
Give me a stealth check.
Wasn't it quite a way away from the guy?
You're at the edge of the campfire, so you're still in a range that if someone were, listening, this is just kind of for shits and giggles.
Okay.
Basically, as long as you don't get a really low or a nat 1, you're
That's
good.
not low.
Yeah, so you're good. That you know of. You whisper into the earring. You guys all hear that the birds are weird too. Or did you say creepy? I can't remember. Okay, Sid. What are you doing?
What?
'Cause you're just
Yeah.
kind of standing like campfire right now.
I walk back to my bedroll and I lay down.
Yeah, Connor will just kind of go to sleep until he's ready for his shift.
Okay. You guys make your way to sleep. Corn, I expect you're falling asleep as well.
Yep.
You guys fall asleep. Cletus, go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay.
Wow.
Cletus
Okay.
has not been on it with the rolls today.
As you're sitting there, you're thinking about, the things that you've been thinking about the last few days. And, you're just kind of sitting there staring and, this tiny little fire that Nat had started. Like, maybe an hour or two into your watch, it slowly starts to die down. Barely a flame. Flame kind of sparks up every once in a while, mostly embers. And as it slowly dies down, you're just staring at it. almost entranced by it, slowly start to drift away with it,
One of us. One of us.
and you fall asleep.
Shit.
I don't want to do something though.
Okay. After you guys aren't sure how long, feel the sun starting to peek through your vision as
So
you're
we
laying
wake
there.
up.
You guys start to wake up.
Well, for first of all, like, Kyle kind of like his usual normal thing, like stretch up. As he opens his eyes, he starts to see it's light. I assume,
Yeah, it's
like
the
it's
sun's starting to creep up.
and then he kind of has like a shock, like, "Oh shit!" Look to his face, and he checks out to see if he has all his gear,
Everything's there.
and then he'll march over to Cletus, and and then he'll kind of like just kind of kick him, like not like full on kick, but like kind of nudge him.
Okay. Cletus, you feel nudged.
5 more minutes.
You had 5 more minutes about a couple hours ago by now, dude. You slept through your whole shift.
What? Dang it.
Cletus, you snap to, and it's daylight. You fucked up.
Shit.
You were supposed to wake me up, dude. What the hell?
I must have dozed off on accident. I'm sorry.
Kyle kind of sighed, and he'll look to see if the old man is still there.
You look over, and the old man is gone.
Conrad will literally say, like, you will actually say that, and then he'll use the earring and say, guys, everyone wake up right now, right now.
I mean, you don't have to use the earring. Everyone's right there, but yeah. Everyone, you slowly awake to find that it's daytime. Nat, Corin, and Sin, you guys aren't quite sure why he's yelling for you to wake up, because this is about the time that you guys would, wake up since you guys didn't have watch.
Nat pokes her head out again. Conrad, what's wrong?
Well, someone fell asleep on their shift, and he looks to Cletus, and now the old man is missing.
Daylock kind of wipes eyes. He's like, "Oh no, he's down by the bay."
Oh, thank God! Kind of will say he's like as like an actual like